Hang on. Welcome everyone, I'm Amanda Sutherland, your Creative Content Navigator, and I'm here today to help you out with some tips for writing emails. So, welcome for day 2 of the Expo. Thank you everyone for doing what you do. Lucia's VAs are just amazing. It's just awesome to be here. Thank you everyone for... thank you for being here everyone, and yeah, just let's enjoy this. So I've just got a message from the girls to let me know that they're waiting for me. So hopefully I've gone live right now. Just letting them know I should be there. And yeah, if you've got any comments, please leave them in the... Steph's watching. Hey Steph, how are you? And how's that gorgeous little boy of yours? So if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them as we go. But right now we're just going to talk some general tips to help you get started with writing emails for your business and making things a little bit easier. So just bear with me as we go. So one of the best things we can do is basically know our audience. It comes down to that old adage of know who you're talking to. And that's the same with all your messaging throughout your business. You need to understand who are you talking to, who's your audience, who are your people, and yeah, who are they? What do they want to hear about? How can you help them? So it's really important to understand all of that, who your audience is. I know it's a very simple but basic concept, but it is one that we as business owners, sometimes in the rush to get the business done or the work done, that we often forget to do, is to understand who our audience is. And it is absolutely key, because once you do understand who your audience is, that's when you start making the connection. That's when things start working for you, because then you know you're talking to the right people. You're just sending the message that they want to hear. So another, who else have we got? Oh, Rika's watching. Hello, gorgeous. And Reg is there too. Hello, gorgeous. You're both, it's awesome to have you all on live today. So yeah, so when you're writing an email, it's really awesome if you have a clear goal of what you want to achieve. As in, why are you sending this email? What do you want? What results do you want from the email? What is the purpose? So if you understand what you want to say, it makes it much, much easier to put your content together and to create the email. So rather than just putting out a blab here and do this, that and whatnot, it can confuse your message and can make you seem like you're not sure what you're doing. Whereas if you've got a specific goal, for example, like I would like you to enroll in this course I've got upcoming, you can write, that gives you a focus for your email. If you just want to educate people, send out an educational piece. So long as you clearly understand what you're trying to achieve with your email, that makes all the difference in terms of putting an email together. I know it's really basic, but it's the basic steps that we often forget. So, and another next thing we want to have a quick look at is writing a catchy subject line. It's really important. Hey Barb, and hey Lucia. I can actually see all your comments today, which is awesome. So one of the things you can do is writing a catchy subject line that grabs attention. It's your first opportunity really to have people want to open your email. Because if you've just got a boring, plain old hello type thing in your email, in your subject line, it may not grab people's attention. So something catchy like, hey, Joe Blow, your invite's inside, or something that's really going to grab their attention and make them want to open it. This is your first chance to make that impression. So you really need to think of it as your opening line to, if you do a lot of lives, your opening line to your live, or the opening to a show, or whatever it is. It's your opening line. It's the first thing your audience is going to see or hear from you. So you do need to make it short, sweet, and very catchy if you can, because that gives you a greater chance of your email being opened. And one of the ways you can do that is actually to include personalization. So if you're using an email program like MailChimp, MailerLite, or any of those sort of things, they often, or they nearly always allow you to put in a field for a name. So if you've got your most of these, mail programs will record things like first name, last name, all of that sort of detail. Well, hey there, Lucia. All of those details about your customer. So you can actually keep a lot of details in your email system. So why wouldn't you use the personalization? Don't you love it if it looks like someone knows your name, for example? So if you were to receive an email that said, "Hi, your invitation's inside," versus, "Hi, Amanda, your invitation's inside," which one are you more likely to open? Sort of thing. Think about what you like to receive. Personalization can actually help build that, make it feel like you know the person you're talking to. It helps them feel respected because you know who they are. All of that. It does make sense, doesn't it? It does, Lucia. It certainly makes sense. It's like, how do you like to be treated? So treat your audience in a very similar way to the way you like to be treated. Treat them with respect and treat them with kindness, and they'll treat you the same. So the next thing is a strong opening. So yeah, we've got a very few. I'm not going into a lot of detail of all these because we've only got half an hour, and I am actually in the process of creating a longer version 3-lesson course on the details of writing, how to write and structure a good email. And if you're interested in that, pop a comment in the comment section for emails, and I will reach out to you, grab your email address, and let you know when I've got that course ready. It'll be $97 for 3 lessons, and it'll just take you through the structure of writing all of that, writing your emails. So starting with a strong opening. So again, this is where you can put your personalization. You go, "Hi, Amanda. Today's newsletter, we're talking about," and pick a topic. Like I said earlier, know your audience. Bring it all together. Don't go, "Oh, well, today I think we might talk about, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that." And it's just be strong. Again, it's like your second chance to impress people, to make them read on. It needs to be strong. It needs to be catchy. It just needs to be welcoming and friendly. Be yourselves, but at the same time, make sure you're talking to your customer or talking to yourself, because more often than not, we find in business that our ideal clients are very similar to us. So address your emails and start your emails strong, but in a way that you appreciate, that makes you want to keep reading. This is your second chance to get them to actually read the email. They've opened it, now you want them to read it. Exactly, Steph. Treat them like you want to be treated like normal. Exactly. Now, the next little tip you want to do in an email is don't waffle. Keep your paragraphs short and concise, because these days, in the advent of instant social media, people don't have the patience to read. They don't want long, lengthy sentences. They don't want long paragraphs. So keeping it concise allows them to scan through your email and pick out the parts that are important to you. So maybe one topic per paragraph, or if you've got a really large topic, break it down into smaller sections and do one of those smaller sections per paragraph. So just make it simple and make it easy for people to read, and keep the language plain, friendly, simple, easy to understand, and that makes it a lot easier for people to read. This is all about making it easier for people to read and keeping them reading. Now, one of the things we always should do when we're using email for business is include a call to action. We all know what that is. Ask people to do something. You've read the email, so what do you want them to do? This is part of knowing your goal that we were talking about right at the beginning. It's knowing your goal, knowing what you want to achieve. This is your opportunity to implement that. Like, for example, most of my newsletters, when they go out, they'll have an article that's helpful and gives some information on a topic that my ideal client is often interested in. and I'll have 2 promotional sections under it. One about whatever course or masterclass I've got coming up. They will be one call to action there, sign up here, and another one might be as simple as watch my next live. My live will be on. So make sure you include those call to actions so that your emails then start working for you. And this is what I was also saying in that area about keeping it in the concise area. Keep it short, because people just don't want novels these days. I know if you're going to want a novel, there are people who still love reading books. I'm one of them. However, when you're doing an email in the middle of your business day, you do not want to be reading long stuff. You want something short. You want something concise. You really want it to pack a punch, so to speak. Make sure it's simple and clear and not too long, because you've got a better chance of someone actually reading it. And white space, including white space in your emails. That's actually quite a good thing to do, because if you imagine if this is my fingers here are an email and they're all close together like that. That doesn't make it very easy to read. It's also about making it really clear and easy. Thanks, Barb. Clear and easy to read. So if you've got a bit of white space in between, and it's space, you've got this white space in here, what that does is it makes the paragraphs stand out and makes them a lot clearer to read and a lot easier to flow down the page. So imagine if you saw something like that versus something like that. Imagine what your eyes are going to be drawn to first. Your eyes naturally are going to go to this, because it's a lot easier for your brain and you to read. And then this is something else that's along the ways of making it easier to read. If you've got some really important information in your email, use bold, use italics, use bullet points, do whatever. Highlight the important point. Again, it makes it easier to read. If someone's scanning down an email in a short notice sort of thing, they're going to look at that and go, okay, this paragraph is one I really need. It becomes like a contents list, but in the form of an email. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Jeff. It's a matter of putting your emails in a format that's simple and easy to follow. Bold headings or the first sentence bold, it can be as simple as that. Using headings, using bullet points, highlighting what's important. It makes it a lot easier for your audience to read. And one of the main things that you'll hear a lot of people in marketing talk about is focusing on benefits and not features. Don't tell them what it does. Tell them how you are helping them. Tell them the transformation they can experience. Tell them what they can expect. How is it going to help them? What's your information doing? What's your program going to do? What's your product going to do for them? Because at heart, most of the humans these days are, what's in it for me? And that's what we want to tap into when we're writing an email, is what's in it for me. And that's really be focused on the benefits and not the features. So the next thing is back to this personal touch. Sometimes it might be a matter of telling a story of yours, so that people can relate to you through your stories. Add your personal touch to it. You've already added their names and made it feel like you know them. Tell them a little bit about you as well. Tell them who you are, tell them your story and how that applies. You can combine your story with the benefits to them and show them that you truly understand how it all comes together. And always end on a positive note. It's who really wants to get to the end of a session where you're going to be, well, and now that you've done this, blah, and you bring them down. You do not want to bring anyone down. You want to give them a positive, something that makes them feel like they can do this, that they need this, that this is the solution for them. It's amazing how much positivity will generate for you. You put it out there, it will come back to you. It's being positive has all sorts of things, all sorts of benefits, and it's just a nice, friendly way to finish as well. So in short, before we go on to the last bit, a little bit. So the short things are: be yourself. Short, catchy subject lines entice them to open. Have a strong opening. Make them want to read more. Use your white space combined with things like highlighting your key points to really grab attention within your email. Make sure they want to read it. Give them a reason to read it. And finish on a positive note with a call to action. Never forget a call for action. Everything should have a call to action on it, because otherwise people will just consume it and they won't do anything with it. You really want to use your emails as an opportunity to encourage people to take some action. That might be buying a service from you. It might be referring someone to you. Encourage them at all points to take an action. Now, if you want to know more, I have just done a longer email masterclass, free masterclass. I'm willing to offer that to you guys as a free download. Pop masterclass in the comments if you'd like a copy of that email masterclass, and I'll get the replay emailed out to you, where I talk about some of this in a little bit more detail. And like I said a little bit earlier, I'm about to write a 3-lesson program on writing emails and how to structure an email and set up your automations and things like that. So if you're interested in anything like that program, put course. So masterclass if you want the free masterclass, and put course if you want to be kept up to date with the information for the courses. Now, on that note, I have finished a lot earlier than I thought I would. So thank you for joining me on this live today. It's wonderful to have everyone here. So please do be concise with your emails. Just catchy subject lines, be concise, be strong with your openings, make sure you end on a positive note, and just be yourselves. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking about doing some Canva tips and little tips and tricks that I find really fun and useful to use in Canva. So I'll see you all then tomorrow. Thank you, Lucia and your team, for this amazing expo, and I'll see everybody later. Bye for now.